Meet James. James is an ordinary tax team member, which means, naturally, his boss expects him to understand the entire global compliance process on the day Pillar 2 is announced. No pressure. Then, the software demo happens. The vendor shows a beautiful dashboard, clean workflow, automated calculation, green ticks everywhere. Leadership looks at James and says, "Great, so this solves Pillar 2?" James says yes. That was the first mistake. Because day 1 of implementation does not start with the dashboard. It starts with a blank input template from your beloved software vendor. Covered taxes, globe income adjustments, safe harbor inputs, entity mapping, local elections, evidence references. And the person who gave the beautiful demo has mysteriously disappeared. Because of course, that was sales. Now James is speaking to the implementation team. So James asks, what happens to all these blank fields? The answer is very polite. Someone in your organization should know this. Translation: Congratulations, James. You are now the process. The vendor knows the tool. The organization knows the systems. James has to connect the two without getting crushed in the middle. He has to find who owns the source data, who explains the adjustment, who signs off the evidence, who gets called when the number changes after close. And, most importantly, whose head gets chopped if the source data is wrong. That is the part the demo cannot solve. A tool can route tasks, show status, produce dashboards, and run calculations. Useful, but a tool cannot take responsibility for the process. It cannot decide who owns the number. It cannot explain why an adjustment was made. It cannot create evidence after the fact, and it definitely cannot put its name on the sign-off memo. That is why tax software demos look better than reality. The demo shows the destination. Implementation starts with the mess. So before buying or configuring the tool, ask one practical question. Who is playing the James role? Because without that person, the dashboard is just a very expensive loading screen.